Our Master of Ceremonies for this evening is Jesse Navarro, Public Affairs Officer with the District Attorney's Office.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am so pleased, so grateful that I was not introduced this time as Ricardo Montalban. Because, you know, I told the mayor, I said, at least if you're going to change my name, please make somebody who's alive. I admire Ricardo Montalban, but, you know, you got to have somebody who's still alive. And I'm not, you know, I'm far away from going away. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and bienvenidos a National City. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome everybody to the 2012 National City State of the City event. It is not only an event, it will be a great party, especially after the ceremony. We have a surprise for you. As you probably know already, this event in the past has had a couple of different twists and surprises. And tonight will be most likely no different. So sit back, relax, and celebrate our wonderful city of National City. I would like to now present the National City Public Safety Color Guard and the Sweetwater High School Marine Corporation Junior ROTC Color Guard. So, Color Guard, please. Would everyone please stand for posting of the colors? It is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Captain Winton Smith, Base Commander of the Naval Base in San Diego. Captain, welcome.
Dear family and friends of National City, would you please join me in singing the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Captain, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let us continue on. And now the national anthem will be sung by the Pascat Singers. So, Color Guard, would you please retire the colors after the national anthem? Do we have our singers ready? There they are.
Twilight's last
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Color guard, please retire the colors. Thank you, Color Guard. The invocation for this event will be given by Father Dinocio Macalintal of the St. Mary's Catholic Church in National City. Father, thank you and welcome.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we are aware and grateful for your presence in our midst at this moment. In your divine wisdom and providence, you have entrusted to our duly elected officials the administration of all temporal matters pertaining to the welfare of National City. We humbly ask you for enlightenment and guidance for each and every one of them, especially our Mayor, Ron Morrison. May they discharge their duties, seeking always what leads to the common good of the people of National City. May they acknowledge the dignity of human life at whatever stage it may be, and promote justice for all, regardless of the color of our skin, status in life, and religious affiliation. And finally, we pray for each and every constituent of National City to fully cooperate with our leadership so that hand in hand we might proceed to attain what is best for our city. All this we ask through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Father. Thank you for your wonderful blessing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us continue. I'm going to be introducing our dignitaries. But let me say, please sit down, please. Let me tell you that everyone in this room, welcome everybody, everyone in this room is a VIP, everyone in this room is a dignitary. And believe it, that's the way we feel in National City. Unfortunately, I have not been given the permission to introduce everybody. The mayor says that I can only introduce a certain amount of people. I wanted to introduce all of you, but they said that I only have 55 minutes to introduce people, so I'll make it in 10 minutes if I can. Or 55 seconds. I've just been corrected on that. But let me start by introducing our mayor's wonderful family. Please let me introduce Sherry Morrison, the mayor's wife. Sherry, welcome. And our mayor's daughter, Jennifer Morrison, please stand up. And as I continue with the introductions, ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind to stand up and raise your hands so people can see, where you are and who you are, I would appreciate it very much. Let me continue on by introducing members of the City Council. Alejandra Sotelo Solis. Alejandra. Rosalie Zarate. Rosalie. Thank you. Luis Natividad. And Mona Rios from our wonderful city council. Mona, thank you. Let me continue by introducing some of the other members of the city of National City. Our city clerk, Mike Dalla. Mike. The person who holds the money for National City is our city treasurer, Mitch Beecham. Mitch. And our city manager, I was going to make some comments about the city manager, but I was told not to, but I'm going to make some comments anyway. This is the only city manager that I have ever met that jumps in the water and looks just as beautiful as always. So our city manager, Leslie Dees. Leslie? I hope you're not jumping in the water today, Leslie. My longtime friend for many, many, many years, our chief of police, Adolfo Gonzalez. Chief, where are you? Director of Emergency Services, Frank Parra. Frank. Thank you, Frank. Miss National City, Lisette Olivas. Isn't she beautiful? We're proud to have beautiful, talented, wonderful ladies like you and many others in our city of National City. Our CEO, National City Chamber of Commerce, Jacqueline Reynoso. Jacqueline, where are you? All right. And Jacqueline, congratulations for your new wonderful baby. Congratulations. Director of Development Service, Brad Ralston. Brad, where are you? Thank you, Brad. He's going to get a second introduction. Naval Base Captain Commanding Officer, Captain Winton Smith. Captain. Not too many people get two introductions. There's very few, so I want you to feel privileged. Representing Congressman Bob Filmer, Mr. Al Alvarado. Al. Representing our Consul General of Mexico, Alberto Diaz. Alberto. Representing Senator Juan Vargas, Scott Hinkle. Scott, welcome. Another longtime friend that I've known him, I think, ever since he was maybe a teenager, our Assembly Member, Ben Hueso. And I have to say this because it's true. My favorite county supervisor, absolutely my favorite, our favorite county supervisor, Greg Cox. And Supervisor Cox, please don't tell the rest of the supervisors. Let's keep it a secret between you and I. All right, where was I? Former Senator Denise Ducheney and her husband. Denise, thank you. Former Assembly Member Shirley Horton. Shirley? Thank you. And thank you, Shirley, what you have done for me in the city of Chula Vista. We appreciate it, what you've done for me and many other people in Chula Vista. But we're not going to talk about Chula Vista tonight. Our neighboring city mayor, you know, good neighbors. Okay. Representing the state of Nayaritas, okay? And I pronounce it right, the state of Nayaritas, Raúl Betancourt and wife, Nancy Ponce, Yesenia Colquit, Francis Flores, and Beatriz Garcia. Thank you for being here. and traveling from such a long distance. Bienvenidos. Okay, do we have somebody from the city of Imperial Beach? I guess Jim Tenney is not here, so we'll move right along. Now, representing the city of Chula Vista, Rudy Ramirez and Steve Castañeda, council members. I have to be, Mayor, I have to be nice to our city officials in Chula Vista, because you know I traveled there a lot. I happen to live there. And my dear friend, the CEO and president of the Chula Vista Chamber of Commerce, Lisa Cohen. Lisa, where are you? Okay, enough of Chula Vista. City of La Mesa, council member Ruth Sterling. Ruth, are you here? And from the Sweetwater Union High School District, Superintendent Dr. Ed Brandt. Ed. Board member Pearl Quiñones. Board member Berta Lopez. And Principal Ramon del Rosario. Ramon, are you here? Thank you, Ramon. We're about halfway through, so be patient with me. Okay? Got another 40 minutes. National City School District Board of Directors. Board member Elizabeth Vasquez. Elizabeth, please stand. Okay. And the little beautiful baby too. Board member, I'm going to have to say her name twice because she said to me that I forgot and that I ignored her name last year, so I have to say it twice. Rosie Alvarado, Rosie Alvarado, for last year and this year. Thank you, Rosie. President James Greer. And board member Barbara Avalos. From the Southwestern Community College Governing Board, Chief Public Information and Government Relations Officer. Wow, what a mouthful. Lillian, are you here? Lillian Lipo. Lillian? Welcome, Lillian. Humberto Peraza. Humberto, please stand. Tim Nader. And Dr. Jean Roche. The Dean of Southwestern College, Christine Perry. Christine, are you here? Thank you, Christine. And I have to apologize to another person that I forgot to recognize last year. And she's been sending me emails on a daily basis. Daily. As a matter of fact, she gave me 20 of her business cards. And that is our wonderful National School District Board of Directors, board member Elizabeth Vasquez. Elizabeth? Twice. Now, am I okay with you now? Okay? And if I need to introduce you again, I will do it for the future in case I forget in the future. Thank you and welcome to you and your beautiful baby. I'm okay now. Sweetwater, oh my, that's my Sweetwater. Sweetwater Authority, the General Manager, Jim Smite. Jim? Thank you, Jim. And please, you know, my water bill keeps going up every day. So I want to complain to you or the mayor. Okay, representing Sendag, here it says Charles Stoll, but I'm told that I have to call him, introduce him as Muggs Stoll. So, Muggs, thank you. And Also introducing from our wonderful Port of San Diego, my longtime friend and one of my mentors, Valderrama. Duki, thank you, Duki. For those of you, ladies and gentlemen, that I failed to introduce because your name wasn't here, or for many other reasons, would you please stand up? Those of you that I did not introduce, please stand up. That means everybody. Everybody, you're all important. I was hoping for everybody to stand up. Okay. All right, before I continue with the program, I have to introduce another person again. And this is my longtime friend, our Assemblyman, Ben Hueso, who's going to share some remarks with you for the next 40 minutes. Thank you. Assemblyman Ben, welcome.
Thank you, Jesse, and thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you for allowing me to make this presentation tonight. Of course, thank you to the mayor and the council who allowed me to do this. I wasn't able to be present at the 125th birthday of National City, so I wanted to present a proclamation from the state of California recognizing that very important milestone, and for everyone's service in making this such a fabulous city, the second oldest in our county. And it's such an important tradition, such important traditions that have been established here, and all of you should be very proud of the intrepid leadership of the mayor and council in providing this city the leadership that it needs to go into the future in a way that is mindful of its residents. National City has such wonderful amenities that all of you should be very proud of, and thankful and grateful to your elected officials for working so hard to provide them. So I just wanted to present this resolution recognizing the 125th year of National City. We're all very proud, and we want to present this to the mayor and council.
Our mayor is going to receive that wonderful presentation. Ben, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now this part of the event that always is a part that really, really surprises me and scares me, because you can never be certain as to what's going to happen next. This is Mayor Morrison's 6th State of the City address. So hopefully he'll finally get it right. I hope so, okay? He's been rehearsing for the last 24 hours, every single minute. So, you know, I think he's going to get it right this time. You know, I asked, how should I introduce the mayor? Because he said so many different titles. I always have to call him Mr. Mayor. You know, he won't let me call him Ron. I have to get on my knees and say, Mr. Mayor, am I allowed to be a national city? And once I get his blessing, then, you know, I'm allowed to enter the beautiful city of National City. So, but let me share with you, my friends, some of the titles. It's only some of the titles that our mayor has, okay? All right, he's the past chairman of SANDAC, past president of the California Congress of Governments, past president of the San Diego County League of Cities, chairman of the Sweetwater Authority, which is the one that raised my water bill. Thank you, Mayor. Past president of the National Association of Regional Councils. And that's just to name a few. But tonight, I'm going to introduce him as my friend. Please, let's give an applause to our mayor, our wonderful mayor of National City, Mr. Van Morrison. Mayor. least I didn't introduce you as Ron Roberts. All right, so I guess we continue with our wonderful presentation. Relax, enjoy the state of the city and our beautiful city of National City. Enjoy and thank you.
Hey, Mayor.
Yeah.
Got two ladies out there, Janice Martinelli and Margaret Twin from the Historic Society. Would like to see you. Do you have a moment?
Sure. She's going right in, no problem.
Thank you. Come on in, ladies.
Hello, Mayor.
Hello there. How you doing?
Good.
Hi, Margaret. How you doing?
Oh, fine, thank you. We found this old picture of Frank Kimball, and we thought you
nice.
might like to have it
Oh, I'd
for your
love it.
office.
I would love to. Matter of fact, I got a great spot. I can hang it up right over there, and oh, that's great. I really love that. That is
Good.
nice. I've never seen that one before.
No, it's. I don't think there's very many of them.
Oh, great. Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as I get done here, I will hang that up right away. Matter of fact, let me just set it right here so that nothing happens to it, and that way it'll be my very first order of business just as soon as I'm done.
Okay. Thank you for seeing me.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. It's gracious of you.
Bye.
Uh-huh. What's going on here?
Where is that place?
This is my office.
I'm in my office. I was just sitting here reading the new book by my good friend H.G. Wells, and here you are.
Well, obviously, you know, you're Frank Kimball.
And who might you be, sir?
Well, I'm Ron Morrison, the mayor of National City.
Sir, I've known all of the mayors of National City, and you are not one of them.
Well, in 2012 I am.
In 2012? Well, I hate to be a bad host. Perhaps you can tell me a little bit about your city.
And you can tell me about your world.
Well, it would be an honor. I do love National City.
And so do I.
This is our new Seagrave fire engine. It was very important to us in National City to have the most modern fire equipment we could. It was back in 1887, Mr. Granger's house burned to the ground. We investigated and we found that it was a combination of mice and matches. So let that be a lesson to you. Never let your mice play with matches.
Firefighting has turned into a fire science, where once upon a time it was just the pumpers. Now you've got hook and ladder units, you've got the paramedic units, you've got a full-rounded facility here and with providing services for the entire community. As a matter of fact, approximately 85% of all their calls now are more for medical issues than for fire issues. So it takes a much more educated team. And by the way, Mr. Kimball, we're taking your advice about those mice.
Most days, this is a pretty noisy area behind me. This is National City High School. I keep asking if they'll let me come and direct a melodrama one of these days, but headmaster says they like the drama teacher they have now.
Well, we may not have National City High School anymore. Matter of fact, where it stood is now Central Elementary. But what we do have is Sweetwater High School with its brand new building, and this school is indeed the heart and the center of our city. And because both as what students say and what us alumni say, once a devil, always a devil. Mr. Kimball, you were asking about a drama department and a theater. Well, here at Sweetwater, they got one of the best drama departments around, and you wouldn't believe the theater they've got. But as far as that job, as far as a drama instructor, I'm afraid you're out of luck because I hear they got a pretty good one.
Here on the outskirts of town, the people have decided to dedicate these 15 acres for a park. Serve the people of National City for the next, 100 years or so. Only question is, what What should we call it?
Well, indeed, it has been over 100 years now, and we did come up with a name for it. Believe it or not, Kimball Park. And it has been used constantly, time after time. It's used for 4th of July celebrations. It's used for 125th celebration. Used all the park deal. And now we also have a brand new library, gorgeous modern library here. And we just opened up also the Art Center, a program for teaching arts to young people all over the South Bay. Great way to commemorate, indeed, your life, Mr. Kimball.
Not too terribly long ago, the only road in this area was the stage line that ran from our beloved Rancho de la Nacion to Rancho Otay. And now look, here's 8th Street, running all the way to Paradise Valley. We're getting a bit of a population boom here lately, aren't we?
We're here at 8th and National City Boulevard. When I was growing up as a kid, this was the center of all of South County. If you want to do shopping, if you wanted to go to the movies, you want to do anything, you did it right here. Well, we know this area's went through a lot, but we're getting ready to change it back into that heart of the area and a center of activity. Putting $7 million of improvements just on 8th Street alone. Construction going on behind me. We're undergrounding all the utilities. Going to be putting in new sidewalks and opportunities for sidewalk dining. We're going to put in new landscaping, new signage, everything. You're going to see a world of difference here as we continue to make this as be the heart of our downtown.
We're here in the entry to my good friend Colonel Dickinson's house. You can get an idea of just how well we live here in National City.
Well, we still have the Dickinson house here in National City with all the style and grace of an age gone by. But now we have a new form of stylish living here in National City with all the amenities and all the styles that is 2012, and that is Paradise Village. Welcome to Paradise Village, or as we like to say, welcome to paradise. Any and everything that you could want for a luxury style of living, you can find right here at Paradise Village. Everything from great artwork and landscaping, and now you see all the plants in the background, fountains, water features, you've got tennis courts, you've got golfing, you've got indoor swimming pool, you've got a full rec center, you've got a restaurant here within the facility. Any and everything that you would want for that luxury standard living for 2012, it's right here at Paradise Village.
Everything for the modern house you can find here at Reed's Hardware. By the way, Hiram, I was thinking of buying Sarah a new sewing machine. You got one in from Chicago?
All right, well, Mr. Reed's store may have had everything for its day, but today in 2012, if you want to find everything, you come right here to Plaza Bonita. Any and everything you want, you find right here. Well, not quite true. You can find everything you want at Plaza Bonita except for one thing, and that's a parking space, because this place is that popular.
Folks, have you seen the new moving pictures yet? Well, here in National City, we've not only seen them, we make them. Don't really like them as much as Sarah does. When I go to the theater, I want to hear actors talk to each other.
Well, we may not make too many more movies here in National City, except for an occasional Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But what we do is show movies, and particularly here at the AMC 14. We got everything from IMAX to 3D, you name it. Everyone from the South Bay comes here to watch movies. And by the way, Mr. Kimball, you and Sarah will both be very happy, because guess what? These are talkies.
Hey boys, how's business? Here we are in Wisner's Bicycle Shop. You know, this little endeavor has caught on so well in National City that I was just thinking, what if we could put in a whole mile of shops like this? The Mile of Bicycles.
Mr. Kimball, we decided to take you up on your idea of a mile just for modes of transportation, but I'm afraid not bicycles. We went with the Mile of Cars. And the National City Mile of Cars, the original car park for the United States, and still the most famous, is a world-renowned location for cars and car transportation. 5,000 cars at any one time out here, and there's one for you. What a great time we had, Mr. Kimball.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, after the time we've spent together, you can call me Frank.
And you can certainly call me Ron. You know, I have thoroughly enjoyed getting a view of your world.
Oh, and so I feel so fortunate, Ron, that I got to see the future.
And us putting both your time, which is our past, and our present together, we can make a great future for our city.
I just wish after everything that we've shared together and how much in common we have, that we couldn't have done this personally, or at least to shake hands.
Well, let me share something with you from my time. It's called a knuckle bump. So all you got to do is just close your fist, and we'll put our knuckles together right here at the glass, just like this. Oh no! Hey! Get me out of here!
Oh my. Well, I could get used to this. Ron, you make sure to take care of my house, and I'll take care of your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that wonderful video. You know, before I reintroduce our wonderful mayor again, I would like to acknowledge a couple of people that have been, you know, incredible public servants in our city of National City. Okay, let me recognize a young man, a gentleman who's been here, born and raised in National City, is known to probably all of you, and is dedicated a lot of community service, a lot of public service. That is our wonderful friend and our photographer, Memo Cavada. Memo, please. Okay, please. You know, you talk about a person who's truly dedicated. And also let me acknowledge all of the many other wonderful public servants and the staff that serves all of us in the city of National City. Those of you that are part of the staff, part of the city of National City, please stand so we can thank you and acknowledge you for all of the service and everything you do. We appreciate it. Please stand. We are grateful for everything you do. And last but not least, even though she was not on the list, and I said, I wonder why. You know, she's the mayor's executive assistant, the mayor's right hand, the mayor's left hand, and she does all of the work, and the mayor takes all of the credit. And that's his wonderful executive assistant, administrative assistant, Josie Flores Clark. Please stand. Thank you for what you do, and also let me acknowledge, you know, your husband, Jim. Jim, welcome. I would like to acknowledge so many other wonderful people that are here, but the mayor is already giving me the finger. I mean, the 1 minute finger, okay? That's what I meant, the 1 minute finger. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me introduce our friend, our wonderful mayor, Mayor Ron Morrison. Mayor, please.
Well, did you enjoy that? A little bit of fun we had? We do enjoy doing those things, and they are crazy. And someone asked the other day about putting all that, you know, and all the work that would go into scripting and everything else, and we let them know we don't have a script. We make that up as we go. And it's been just a real fun time. First of all, I do want to introduce one other person, and I'm sure there's others that we missed, but our princess, Ellie. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to keep it fairly brief tonight
Because guess what? There's food out there waiting for us, okay? So I don't want to keep any, I hate to get my fingers between people and food, so I miss fingers that way, okay? There's a But indeed, we want to talk about just a couple of issues real quick. We have so many great opportunities here. Sometimes sometimes the press gets down on me for our State of the City addresses because they're not doom and gloom enough, and because that makes better press, I guess. And you know, we make it too positive. Well, I'm sorry. We got a lot of things that are positive going on in our town. We got a lot of things to brag about, and I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. We have come so far in this last 10, 15 years in turning this town around. It is just amazing. Everybody pulling together. And we need to take credit for that, and we need to see our opportunities and just keep on going with it. The sky is the limit here, and we need to deal with that. But as you look at the developments, I mentioned about 8th Street on there. That was just one. $7 million that we have put together in grants to do 8th Street. 8th Street is going to be completely redone. As I mentioned in there, when I was growing up as a kid, 8th Street and National, that was the heart of the entire South County. You want to do anything, you did it there. And then it all changed. South Bay Plaza went in, the first shopping center in the San Diego County. And all of a sudden things went over to Highland Avenue. And then Plaza Bonita went in. And everything, attention went there, and it just kind of shifted. We won't even go back to when you saw the movie studios and when it used to be, that used to be the downtown, which is now Interstate 5, over in what we refer to as Old Town now. So town has just constantly shifted, but now we're going back and looking at that downtown area. So 8th Street, as I say, right now you're going to see it tore up for a while. We're going to be tearing it all up. They've been doing the undergrounding. Now a lot of the rest of the work, $7 million we were able to put together to make that happen. And then just within the last 2 weeks, we just received another $2 million in grants to do D Avenue and do 4th Street. And then we're also working, so those are getting ready. So those are in the planning stage now to get ready to do all the work there. Roundabouts, all kinds of stuff going in there. And then Plaza Boulevard, all kind of work getting ready to happen there. And of course, 805 is being expanded through our city. We got a lot of transportation stuff going on. And then we got a lot of construction projects going on too. And it's amazing during this time when stuff's not supposed to be happening. You know, we're in the Great Recession, and things aren't supposed to be happening, but things are happening here. You know, we got 3 major housing developments that are being looked at right now that are soon in the works for the downtown area. That's not supposed to be happening. It's happening here. People are starting to realize the diamond in the rough, the location, everything else that is here. And the other thing that's worked great with that, you go into a lot of cities and you try to do anything. You try to put in a 7-Eleven. You can't, I mean, people come out and all in opposition for it. I mean, any little thing. You can't get anything done. We did the downtown specific plan several years ago, and on National City Boulevard, and where 8th Street is alone, it allows for, by right, 4,000 new housing units to go in just on that street alone. Now, our whole city's only got 15,000 housing units, and with 4,000 more there, and with a traffic circulation plan, they can go up to 10,000 housing units. We think, well, man, how did you ever get that thing passed? It was the people of National City coming together, and we were very much with transparency with the local government, going to the people of National City, saying, here's what you get as a result of that. We're not just going to build up tenements. We're going to put this together, and here's what you get as a result. Here is the transportation. Here is the banks. Here's the restaurants. Everything else that you want for our area. This is how we get it. And guess what? It went through basically without a whimper. People said the big question was not that we don't want that. The question is, when's it going to get built? And that's the attitude we've had here. We mentioned Paradise Village. Now, that's right in the middle of a residential neighborhood. You've got 500 units built there, this huge project. And you know the biggest complaint that I've heard on that? And you can imagine, if you're in a dense residential neighborhood and all of a sudden they go to build something that's that big, several blocks wide and a total of, 4 blocks long, you can imagine what that would do to your neighborhood. And you know the big complaint I had, because you see always at the beginning of these construction projects, see these nice pastel printings, something in it, oh, they look just so pretty, and it never quite comes out that way. The biggest complaint was they didn't do a good enough job with the paintings they did at the beginning. It came out much better. And you know, those are the kinds of things we like hearing. You know, Pier 32, we didn't even talk about it this year. Pier 32 and the marina and all the things that are going on there. You know, we were told by the Coastal Commission, or the staff of the Coastal Commission, that National City didn't deserve a marina. They actually put that in writing, said that we did not deserve a marina. And we went and shamed the Coastal Commission. They gave us a unanimous vote and said we could have a marina. Now we have what I think is the finest marina in San Diego Bay, with the highest occupancy rate, with the best facilities. And as a matter of fact, Johnny, where are you at? He's got to be here somewhere. I saw him earlier here. Johnny, where are you at? One of the owners, I saw him here. I know he's hiding. They hate to take credit for anything. But there's, I mean, just done a fantastic job there with that one. These are the kinds of things that we have going that are moving ahead in our city, and they're going to continue. But it's because a number of things. We have people in National City who have said, we want something better. We want the best for our community, and we're willing to work for it. We have a community that when other cities, when we said, okay, we're going to go for a 1-cent sales tax because we feel that our citizens deserve better services, and other cities says you're crazy to do that. Why would a city do that? Now other cities are going, why didn't we do that? Because we're still providing those services, and we got to congratulate the people in National City for stepping up and passing that in 2006 and saying, we want those services. And what was amazing, in 2008, the Libertarian Party put it back on the ballot to repeal it. And that was now we're getting in the heart of this recession. What's the easiest thing to do in a recession is get rid of a tax. And the interesting thing that happened was TV stations went out and started interviewing people on the street and saying, well, you know, they automatically thought it was going to be, well, we want to get rid of this tax. And you know what citizens started telling them? We want to keep our tax. They actually used the word our. They took ownership because they were seeing results that money was going back into the community, and they were getting longer library hours. They were getting better parks. They were getting better services as a result of that, and took that on. And so we've been able to do some amazing things in our city, and we're going to continue to do them. Do we have challenges? Yes. And just as we need to celebrate the successes that we've had, we need to celebrate also our challenges. We do have challenges before us. And Duki Valderrama here is our representation on the port. And of course, and it's always a difficult deal. You're one vote out of 7 there. It's always difficult. And we've been in a situation where National City has always received kind of this amount of the share of the port. We get this much of the impacts, of the negative impacts, but when it comes to the rest of it, we really haven't received that much. That is starting to change now. And we appreciate the leadership. I know that both with Jess Banner before him and now Duki Valderrama has done to start providing, opening that door a bit to start getting more and more for National City. We got a long ways to go, and that battle is going to continue. But we're going to continue to fight to make sure the people in National City also get their dues, that we're not just going to provide the impacts upon our city and have the money raised here and then spent in other cities. That, we've already put everyone on noticing those days are gone. That stops. And we love the Maritime. This is a maritime city, and we're going to continue to have the Maritime, but we're also going to have services for the people in National City and amenities for the people in National City that need to go along with those impacts. And we're going to continue to fight for those things. Then we also have the situation with, of course, this Great Recession, whatever we're going to call it, and the situation with the state. The state is very upside down, and we certainly appreciate, I guess Ben just had to leave. I guess you was going to talk about the state. Anyway, but we appreciate the representation that we have, but just to be honest with you, the state's in a mess. And a lot of it is coming down. Right now, we've got money in the bank right now to do, you wouldn't believe, some of the most amazing projects in the city. And we got one department up in Sacramento, the Department of Finance, that is holding all that back. And it's money that we have in our bank under our name, and it's still being held up. These are the things we got to break through some of these blockades. We've got the opportunity to do some fantastic things. We got an aquatic center for our youth so that our youth will have the first chance, even though we are a bay city, will have the first chance to actually get their feet in the water and have that access to the water and have access into water activities. That project is ready to build this moment. It is ready to go. The money is sitting there. We've got to break through the logjam that's up in Sacramento to release our own money that's in our own bank to allow it to be used. These and several other projects. We got projects for our parks. We got projects to completely redo Las Palmas Park. So many projects ready to go, and the money's there. But we got to break through the logjam that's up in Sacramento. And that's a challenge in front of us. And we're at the forefront, and we are fighting hard on that, and they know, believe me, when we talk National City, they know we're here, and they're going to continue to know it. And as I say, then as we deal with the recession itself, and as I say, it has been, the interesting thing is, okay, it's been hard on all of us. It's been hard on our businesses. It's been hard across this country. Businesses are failing left and right. The interesting thing is, what we notice with the sales tax, that tells us what's going on as far as how businesses are doing across the board. And you want to know the interesting thing is that district sales tax, which is the one that does not include cars and lumber, everything else has basically stayed the same, which means our businesses are doing well relatively to the rest of the world around us. And then Plaza Bonita, as I mentioned, for some reason, no one's caught on at Plaza Bonita that there's a recession, because that place just keeps on booming. And those pictures that we took, that was on a Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. was the parking lot. There was no, we had a hard time finding parking at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. That's the way Plaza Bonita is going. And so these are the kinds of things, we're seeing those kind of successes, and we're going to continue to work on those kind of successes as we continue on. But the really great thing is the community that we have here. People pulling together to make things happen. It is amazing. This is the most giving city that anybody has ever seen. It is just amazing. You know, we have like the Cancer Walk. Other cities, they raise $10,000, $12,000 to the American Cancer Society. It's like a big deal. Yuki, how much did we do this year? Last time I heard, it was about a little over $70,000, a little national city. And it is amazing how people here reach out and give and make things happen. And as I say, this is, and also our understanding of all the government garbage that goes on and all the things that get in the way and all the opportunities that we have that stand up to the challenge and says, we want good things to happen in our city. We want to have the things that other communities have taken for granted for a long time. We want those, and we want beyond that point. We deserve it, we rate it, and we're going to get it. And that's the attitude that we have in this town, and it is simply amazing, and we want to continue with that. With that, I do want to do a couple of things. One thing is I want to recognize we have some diversity, and I'm just going to touch on a few, and I'm not going to touch on, we got all kinds of different things, but I'm going to touch on some different kinds of diversity. Now, one group that I don't think made it here tonight because they were in a caravan going to El Centro, but you remember a few years, it wasn't that many years ago, Sunday nights on Highland Avenue, what a mess it was. And it was because of those lowriders. You know, it was terrible. It was those lowriders causing all that problem. And it was a negative connotation. Now, the lowrider community, which I don't believe they're here tonight because I say they hit this morning on a caravan going to El Centro. It's amazing. Now, when everyone sees them, it's an entirely different deal, because what are they doing? They're taking school supplies to kids. They're raising funds for families at Christmas, doing stuff at Thanksgiving. They're constantly doing things within the community, and it is this amazing turnaround. This has just been an amazing group. And, you know, you meet with them, and, and sometimes you look at them, they look all big, bad, and tough, and then they come on, and they're the biggest teddy bears in the world. And they've got to where they love the community, they love kids, they love reaching out to families. We have one family that I know that is here, a young fellow who is a paraplegic, and family didn't have a whole lot. They went in this last year, and they completely redid his room, and including for his hospital bed, they had it taken down, and it's one that goes up and down, almost like a lowrider. And they went down and had it into a car shop and had it completely done in Metaflake and everything else, all done. And he loves police, so guess what? The whole room is done in blue. and for Police Blue, and it was all they put in all new floors, they did everything, they went in and did all the work themselves, just amazing. This is the kind of group, this is the way this town is just turning around. Things that one day might have been seen as negative are now seen as positives, and those are the things that we love to see happen. Also, another group, Sequan. The Sequan band of the Kumeyaay Indians. Do we have, was Mike here somewhere? Right back here. Okay, represent Sequan. Talk about an amazing relationship. Not only do we have the Marina Gateway, which is the hotel down there, and Buster's and all of that, which was their project, and they've done a fantastic job with that, but reaching out and doing things for the community constantly. Now, we know this, for July 4th, there was this thing called the Big Bay Boom. Remember that? You've heard this idea of the 15 seconds of fame. Well, that was the 15 seconds of fame for the Big Bay Boom, all 15 seconds of it. Well, the interesting thing was we had our fireworks here in National City, too. And with the help of Sequan, adding in funds to that, we kicked it up a few notches, to say the least. And we got reactions from so many people saying not only was it the best fireworks they'd ever seen in National City, it was the best fireworks they'd ever seen anywhere. And thank you, Sequan, for doing that. One of our sponsors tonight, just constantly being out in the community, doing great things. We really do appreciate all that Sequan does here with us. We also had then, as we mentioned on there, the Mile of Cars. And I know I saw Weldon, where's Weldon at? Right over here, Weldon Donaldson, and from Executive Director of the Mile of Cars. Talk about a group of, once again, if you haven't been down there, for a while I was hearing everyone say, gosh, have you been down the Mile of Cars? There's all those empty lots and vacant buildings. Have you been down there lately? There's no more empty lots. And not only have the vacant buildings all been changed, but the other buildings have all are being remodeled right now. So we are seeing such, once again, during a time when it was low, that's when they went in and started doing the work, showing confidence in our city. And I believe Weldon just told me that you were up, what, 20% right now over last year? Okay, over 20%, 27% just this year. Guess what? The Mile of Cars is coming back and coming back strong, and we love to see it. Great relationship between our city and the Mile of Cars. Then you also deal with groups like, and you can't miss them, the Historical Society, with Janice Martinelli, her whole group. Please, ladies, stand up. In case you don't know it, National City has more Victorian homes per capita than any other city in California. We have an amazing history in this city. And, going back more than 120, of course, we just celebrated our 25th anniversary, but even before that, we've just got this amazing history in this city. And I'm one of those people that history buff, and I love to get into those stuff, but there is just so much that people get amazed when they find out what all National City has done, not only for this city, not only for this region, but actually for the whole Western United States. And I say that, and you go, what would we have to do with the Western United States? Real quick, I'll tell you one real quick story. In the 1880s, there was already a railroad that came all the way. The Transcontinental Railroad was already in effect. You already had it coming from the East Coast to St. Louis on into California. So the question is, why were people still taking their families and then being in Conestoga wagons, in those covered wagons, taking 6 months to get across from St. Louis? Why didn't they just jump on the train? A couple days, they'd be there, no problem. So why into the 80s were they still doing that? It was because the train had a monopoly, and they were charging $500 a person to ride the train. And that was $500 in their dollars in those days. Families couldn't afford that, so they would rather go across country. The mortality rate was high. A lot of people died. Everything else, and that was their only way of getting here. Until the Kimballs worked to open up a little terminus that we still have down there. We call it the depot. Got opened up, and it brought, guess what? It brought competition. And when that one opened up, the prices dropped as low as $5 a person. And as a result, the West was finally opened up to people, and people could en masse come to California and come to the Western United States. All because of a little building here in National City. That's just one little piece of history. It's amazing all the things that go on here. And we're really appreciative of the Historical Society that kind of keep reminding us of all these little tidbits and all the great buildings and all the great history that we have. And then I've got to talk about something crazy. I know we're told sometimes that our State of the City addresses are a little crazy and I do weird stuff. Okay, whatever. We've got another entity here that gets crazy that you don't think so, because just as State of the Cities are supposed to be really sober, so are cemeteries, you know, or memorial parks, whatever you want to call them. We've got La Vista Memorial Park here. Luisa, stand up. Yeah. Okay, I'm a little crazy. This lady's a lot of crazy. And it is some of the stuff she does. Memorial Day, they have a great Memorial Day ceremony there. Very well done, very tasteful. And then when it's over, a huge picnic for all the families, animal rides, everything else, entertainment. And then we've got coming up, matter of fact, in just a very short period of time, in a couple of weeks, we got the Day of the Dead, which is at night at the cemetery. Believe me, November 2nd, right? And believe me, like last year, there were more alive people in that cemetery than there were dead people. And they were having a blast, and it was just one big, huge party. Whenever you ever went to a cemetery to have a party, they throw a party. And I say, that's the kind of stuff we do in National City. We don't mind doing things National City style and having fun doing things and you know, taking something and making something new out of it. And Luisa, thank you for all the crazy stuff you do. We do appreciate it. Then we got another little entity I want to touch on. If you look toward the back, we got a bunch of guys back there in red shirts because we actually have, forget about San Diego having the Chargers. We know what their season has been like so far. We won't go into that. But we have our semi-pro team, the National City Bears, back here. And unlike the Chargers, guess what? This team is undefeated. And and I don't know if the Chargers are going to make it or not, but this team is headed to their playoffs for semi-pro football. And I expect to see some gold on those fingers here this year. Okay, guys? All right. I'm proud of you for what you're doing. Well, there's I got to get my little list here. We've got so many people. One of the amazing things is this whole thing that like we do tonight and that we put on, like we do a lot of stuff. For a small city, we put on a lot of large productions. No taxpayer money goes into this. These are all done through sponsors, and they are amazing sponsors that come through, and so we always do like to give them recognition. Of course, we always want to thank Cornerstone Church for providing the facility here, and we really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Got the pastor's wife sitting over here. And Sequan, of course, is another one of our major sponsors. Thank you, Sequan. You always come through. San Diego Gas and Electric. Where did I just? Oh, you're right up here. Okay, Representative San Diego Gas and Electric. Neighborhood National Bank is another one. Where we got Neighborhood National Bank? I know I saw him here just a while ago. Somewhere here. Okay. AT&T. We got someone from AT&T. Edco is another one. Edco Disposal is another great sponsor. Pier 32. I know Johnny was here. I saw him here just a bit ago. The Mile of Cars Association is another great sponsor to make these things happen. La Vista Cemetery, once again with Luisa. Walmart, Mobile Highland, and also BM3. You're going to be seeing them out in front here in just a little bit. And then okay, I'll get to the important one. The food sponsors. Okay? Yeah, I know you like those. How about Outback, Carina's, Applebee's, El Doritos, Little Dim Sum, O's Kitchen, in case you don't know, that was Pat and Oscar's, now it's O's, okay? Red Ribbon, BDS, Buster's, Racon Del Mar, Waterfront Grill, Ben's, California Produce, China Super Buffet. These are all waiting for you outside, folks. Okay, Starbucks, Kaylee Hits, Carnival, Casa del Taco, and Wrigley's. They're all going to be waiting out there. These are all great sponsors. We love them. And then I've got to think, as far as for the production for tonight, a couple of real quick ones here. First of all is the Historical Society. We want to thank you for your input for tonight. All those great photos that you saw and everything, those all came from our National City Library, their history room, and they're on loan from them, and we certainly thank them for doing and all the work that they put in helping us on this. Public Works helped us set up this morning. That was great. And then Luisa and Ditas up there with registration out there helping tonight was great. And then I've got two individuals, all that filming and then the editing. And they were telling me how much they enjoyed it, but I know it was a lot of work putting that thing together. And Mike, I don't know, I think he's in the back room, in the sound room. And we have Jimmy back here at the back. Jimmy, put up your hand. Come on, let them see you right there. We had a blast working with him, putting this thing together. It's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but a lot of fun. And then there's one person I've got to deal with because, as was said earlier, I get to take credit for all this stuff. But there's one person that literally does 99% of all of this. And for months on end to get it to this point, these things don't happen by themselves. And getting all the sponsors and putting everything together, and then getting here this morning, early this morning, setting up tables and chairs and all this up and getting everybody organized, and in between time yelling at me, but that was a different story. That was something entirely different. But just doing all of the stuff to make these things happen and be able to do so and still costing taxpayers nada, and yet be able to put these things on. And also the things that something you'll get here in a moment also that goes along with this. But anyway, indeed, as Jesse said, both my right arm and my left arm, Josie, thank you so very, very much. I'll tell you, in these last few weeks, it was what, 9 o'clock? We finally got breakfast, but that was 9 at night, not in the morning. And it was just, that's the way it's been. But as I say, appreciate everything you do. Jim, for putting up for all of this stuff, thank you. And it's amazing. So with that, as I say, we've got, as you saw with Frank Kimball, we've had a great past, we got a great present, and we've got a great future ahead of us and great opportunities that I know that we as a community are going to take.
But it's always a team effort. As we mentioned a while ago, we have staff here, we have business community, we have all these things. And so I just got to ask the council, what do you guys think about this?
That was great. We were just sitting here talking.
Talking about our past, our present, and our future.
Our future looks bright.
Matter of fact, it's so bright, we just got to wear shades.
So, once again, I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening. We got food waiting for you outside, and it's been a great evening. You're getting to share with you all these things that we've been doing and that we're going to continue doing and continue to make this city great. And so, the way it's made great is because of you. It's everyone who pulls together. And so we want to thank you. We thank our production group, Jimmy, and all you guys. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all that you've done. Just a few.
You know, I enjoyed seeing modern National City so much that I made arrangements to come back for a while.
Well, thank you for doing that. We appreciate having you in our world too. And I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far.
It's wonderful.
Okay. Well, wonderful is one word for it. And I think another word would be, indeed it is bright. As a matter of fact, so bright, I think we'll put on shades too. Ladies and gentlemen, our Mr. Frank Kimball, Ben Castle, drama instructor at Sweetwater High School, Teacher of the Year for the Sweetwater District. Thank you so very, very much. And that's what happens when you go through time warp. All right. Thank you all. Everything is waiting for you outside, including we have a gift for everyone as you leave.